Hello everyone, and welcome back to John Builds. So you can see, as I used to have one HMS Victory on the table, I've now got two. So yeah, I'm completely running out of space, and I hope you can kind of see me back there. So I've recently been asked by a work colleague who's an avid model builder like myself if I'd be interested. Obviously he knows I'm building HMS Victory, and he was asking me if I'd be interested in finishing off his HMS Victory that he started some years ago. But he's not actually touched it for around about 6 years, and he was saying to me it was a bit of a shame to not get it finished. So I know a lot of people out there who's been watching my channel for a few years must be thinking, what are you doing, John? I mean, you're struggling to find the time to build your own and mind another one as well. But yeah, it's this. So this kit, this is the 172 HMS Victory by Caldercraft, and from what I've heard, that obviously when I did some research back in myself around about 5 or 6 years ago when I was looking into HMS Victory, I'd heard this was at the time the most accurate kit on the market. So I've never actually seen it up close and personal, but obviously with research and back in the day when I was going to actually start my HMS Victory, I was going to buy this kit. But it just came down to just a financial reasons that I actually opted for the deagostini kit in the end. But yeah, from now I've actually got it on the table, I can really see the massive differences between the two kits. Like I said, I mean, people know who've been watching me build this for the last 3 or 4 years. It's a good standard. It's not an excellent standard, but it's a very good standard. But the only reason it's at a good standard is I spent a long time trying to mod it and change things and upgrade parts to kind of make it a little bit more to the standard that this kit comes straight out of the box. So yeah, it's after getting them now side by side, I'm really wishing that 5 years ago I would have opted and just spent a little bit more money and actually got this this Caldercraft one. But like I said, there's like, even though there's still ever such a lot to do on this Caldercraft 172, all the hulls done, so which is obviously that's years worth of work. And like I say, a lot of the maths are done, and it's just a case of I've got to kind of go in and just kind of pick up from pretty much where I am with my Victory. So like I said, there's a lot of all the middle deck still needs to be done. This kind of comes in one full complete deck that can actually just lift it off at the minute. It will be glued down when it's finished. Yeah, but even like the scale of the gratings is really accurate. If you look at the scale of mine, and if you look at the scale of mine over the years, I mean, mine's a 184, so that means these gratings should be even smaller. Mine gratings are a lot larger than these 172 ones. So yeah, so I don't really understand why. I suppose maybe because it was no 184 kit that it was really difficult for that to be scaled, because imagine if that was scaled to 184, it'd be even smaller than these. So at the time, like I say, a lot of companies just use off the shelf parts. They don't actually manufacture a lot of things to scale. So I think that's one of the biggest drawbacks of my HMS Victory is it's like off the shelf blocks, off the shelf grating, and just start using standard stock wood. So yeah, now I've kind of got them side by side. It has made me really disappointed. So you can see as well from the cat heads, I mean, like I say, I mean, look how small. Hopefully I'm getting into shot. I say my cat head should be smaller than this 172 cat head. As you can clearly see, my cat head's a lot larger. So yeah, I'm not saying I'm not happy with my kit, but yeah, now I've got them side by side, I really wish I would have gone with this one. So like I said, but there is drawbacks. Obviously with this 172 Caldercraft HMS Victory, it's pretty much built all off of plans and an instruction book. That's like I said, I will get the plans out for the next video. I can't really show you them because these plans would pretty much take up the entire wall. But I'm assuming that you've got to be a little bit more an experienced model builder to kind of know exactly what you're doing, because you just kind of get a little paragraph of instructions and then you build the plans. So yeah, as this one is 184, even though it might not be the most accurate kit on the market, you get 100 magazines that stack up this high, a step-by-step guide. So yeah, so these are drawbacks and positives for each kit. And like, so this is probably, even though it's for the people that may not be that interested about having the most accurate kit on the market, but would like that initial step-by-step guide that gets you into shipbuilding, and then maybe you move on to something like this where you're just a bit more experienced shipbuilder, and then you can work mainly on plans. Yeah, so like I say, so I'm too far in this build to start doing step-by-step guides, which is a little bit disappointing, but I will, as I'm doing the same again, as I'm doing my HMS Victory, 184 HMS Victory, and I'm doing this 172 HMS Victory, I'll just do your build update. So like I say, the next kind of build update, I'm hoping to get this 172 scale Victory pretty much at the same stage of my 184 HMS Victory. And one of the good things as well is why I've really slowed down on my 184 is you don't really get that excellent of a rigging guide. So I've been looking at the rigging guide that comes with this, and I have been scratching my head and really trying to figure out how to get around it. But one of the good things about this 172 HMS Victory is you get 20 full-size sheets of step-by-step rigging drawings. So you get like the step 1, so you follow the rigging to step 1, and then you get step 2, which is another full-size drawing, and you follow the rigging to step 2. So hopefully it's very much like you do this rigging in this stage, and hopefully as well, this one with the 184 HMS Victory is probably not quite as good to follow for the rigging guide as this one is. So there's pros and cons for both kits, but yeah, as you can clearly see, there's a lot of work to do. But yeah, I've actually got like a box of parts that I need to sort through as well. This is a kit that's actually, it's kind of been built on by a few people. This was actually a kit that my friend at work, he acquired off somebody else that somebody started even before him, and he kind of just made cannons, he made fighting tops, he'd made a bit of the officers' quarters, and there were just parts scattered all over the place. And then Dave took it over and he kind of got it up to this stage now where he got all the hull done, but it's still, so I've kind of got to go through all the parts that I've got, all the drawings, and really kind of organise it so then I can take the build a little bit forward. Yeah, so like I say, so I know a lot of people around there must think I'm crazy, but I'm hoping that I can kind of do the rigging guide that's really good for this, and then I can kind of take it over then and kind of do it both at the same time. Well, that's my thinking in any case, that why I'm rigging one, it may be just as easy to rig two. So, well, that's my thought in any case, and then hopefully then I'll finish it and I'll give it back to Dave, and then yeah, obviously you'll have this one and I'll have my 184, and hopefully you will get to see the progress made on both. So anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you kind of like me just showing you this 172. Like I said, I don't really think there is any builder's guides for this 172. I could be wrong, but yeah, so a bit of a pity that I can't start it from scratch and do your complete builder's guide, because I think this is probably one of the most popular kits out there on the market for the people that want the most accurate HMS Victory. Okay, so as before you go, there's one thing I've noticed that my HMS Victories, all my forecastles, all quite low, and I noticed that this forecastle on this 172 is all built up. So obviously, not really. I mean, I can do some research, but I thought I'd just ask you why you're here. Was it all these signs built up for Trafalgar, and that's like how it looks later? Were they obviously the railings around the forecastle, or was that how it is at Trafalgar, and this is an earlier version? So yeah, I've not actually noticed that, but now from side by side, I've just realised that yeah, this is like a built-up forecastle. So anyway, if you know, please leave in the comments. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.